What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today it's a little bit rough coming from a Bears fan. Yeah, just our inability to pay good players is getting to be very frustrating right now. Proven players that are still improving, like the guy we're going to be talking about today, Roquan Smith. The best player on the Chicago Bears is requesting a trade. And I think this is more of a money thing. I'm not as frustrated as some people are because I think this is a very fixable situation. But keep in mind, it's the Chicago Bears. I don't know if they're going to fix it because they have tendencies to do things that most other people are able to do, but they just choose not to for some reason. Even though this guy he's had 100 tackles every single season, even as a rookie. So this guy's a top 3, definitely a top 3 off-ball linebacker in the entire league, without a doubt. And he's still getting better, right? He's 25 years old. He deserves his money. I mean, I think he wants $20 million per year. Pay him the $20 million. This guy he's a special player. You have to pay your special players as they are special players. This guy is a top 3 player at his position. You got to pay him. It's that simple. It just gets to be very frustrating because why not pay him? You have $100 million in cap room next year. All right, say you extend him, you have $80 million left. All right, Darnell Mooney and Jalen Johnson are both eligible for extensions next year. All right, at that point, say you extend both of them. Say you pay Jalen Johnson, I don't know, $15 million. That could be a lot for him. Darnell Mooney, I don't know. I think you could probably end up paying him another 15 because wide receiver market is crazy right now. He isn't one of the top guys, but he's still a very good he's a really good receiver. So he's a young guy. He's going into his 3rd year, I think. And after this, he'll probably end up being like a top 20 receiver in the NFL. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know about that. So, $15 million seems fair for both of those guys. With the receiver market being up, every receiver wants more money right now. And after that, you have $50 million still. You say you take $20 million to re-sign players. Even that's a lot because this team doesn't have very many great players. Even after that, you have $30 million to spend. And that's plenty of money to get yourself a really good team to build around 2 corner pieces that you really need to keep in Roquan Smith and Justin Fields. So, let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments. Do the Bears need to pay Roquan or do they need to trade him? I think if you're the Bears, the other option is to trade him. You can get probably a first and another, maybe even a second and a first for Roquan. I think even that, I don't even know if I'd do that, but that's still a lot. I mean, if you really decide you don't want to pay him, first and a second isn't that bad. I mean, but at the same time, it's very, very highly unlikely that you're going to get another player at the same caliber as him. So, even with the first pick, I don't even know. But at the same time, it depends on who you trade to play. If you're trading him to a bad team, I think it kind of makes sense because you could get a couple of really, really high draft picks, and then you could do that. and have two high seconds. I think it only makes sense for the Bears if they're trading Roquan to a bad team that just is not gonna be good, who wants somebody to build around. Because I think the Bears, they can definitely find players like him in the early second round, but that's gonna be hard. I think that's something that is gonna be doable, but if they trade him, they don't necessarily have to. I don't think they're going to be traded. I think they're just gonna, pay the man, pay Roquan Smith. Bears fans, we've already gone through the whole Allen Robinson thing, where Allen Robinson wanted to get paid big money. He wanted to be paid around the same amount as Roquan. But that was at the same time the receiver market wasn't very high, and Allen Robinson was a top 10 NFL wideout, so he wanted around $20 million. We wouldn't pay him that money. All right, and now that I'm looking back at it, good, because look where he's at now. He's on the Rams, but last year he, quite frankly, was very disappointing. He was like maybe a top 100 receiver in the entire league. That's how bad he was last year. Darnell Mooney was far better. And I think that Roquan is not the same, because Roquan is just, it's different when you find a guy. It's different with Allen Robinson. You get a guy, and then after a couple years with your team, he starts to get good. He starts to develop into a top player. That's a good thing, but there's differences with him and Roquan. Roquan, he's been consistently a top 10 linebacker in the NFL since his rookie season. I mean, that's ridiculous. And he's still getting better years by year, and he's only 25 years old. You have to pay this guy. I think that's just a fact. If you don't, you have to get a high return. You need to get a first and a second, in my opinion. If not a first and a third. That's how much we're thinking here. You need a lot for Roquan Smith. And even if you do trade him, and I think that they're likely to just pay him. And if they don't, it's fine. But I mean, they have so much. I mean, they have money. They had money this year. They didn't spend it at receivers. They're. I mean, I understand that part. I'm a little different than most people with that. I think that you can find you can find a good receiver in the NFL draft. I mean, you can find a good receiver in the first. You can also just wait. I mean, if a quarterback is elite, he can perform big time. If he's elite, if he's really that guy, then he's gonna perform when it matters most. He's gonna perform when his best receivers are hurt. His depth around him is just crap. That's how elite quarterbacks are different, man. I mean, you don't see people thinking, "Oh no, Patrick Mahomes he's gonna fall off a cliff." No, he's not, because he's Patrick Mahomes. All right, that's what we're talking about here. If you can perform elite without a top receiver, that's the big question here. And then after that, you add receivers. I agree with that part, but pay Roquan, all right? Get those down in the comments. Pay Roquan. But if you don't agree with me, I respect your opinion, and I would love to hear what you want to say. No matter what your thoughts are, I like to talk to the fan base a little bit. Whether you agree with me or not, it doesn't matter to me. So make sure you guys like the video, It's unfortunate. As a Bears fan, these are my thoughts. I mean, it's not great. It's not a very good situation to be in. But you can tell Roquan wants to be here. We need to, if we pay him, I think the situation's going to be over. It's up to the Bears front office to make a decision. And yeah, it's going to have to be, you're going to have to do something about it eventually. And you can't just stuff it in the back pocket for 3 years when he's not available to do that, of course. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like the video. Comment down below your thoughts. Of course, I want to hear them. Thank you guys for taking 10 minutes of your time to watch this video. And, yeah. See you guys in the next one.